Hey, what's up, guys? I am back with another video. Hope everyone is doing well. This is going to be a general reading for Sagittarius. So, if you're new, welcome to Casual Tarot. If you're not, welcome back. I'm just going to apologize in advance, Sagittarius, for any background noise. And just remember, it's a big world, so it is general. And this is definitely not professional advice. You do what you want, Sagittarius. So, how you doing, Sagittarius? So first of all, I don't know. I've been sensing like some of you humming, okay? It's just like you're going throughout your day and you're just maybe you're humming a song or maybe it's just something you made up. But I kind of feel like you're just bobbing your head and just going throughout your day. And I feel really relaxed and I think it's a really good thing because I feel like at some point maybe you weren't like that, but you're really kind of just going with the flow, okay? And that's a really good thing. I will say that as you're trying to be balanced and peaceful, there is, I will say, someone that maybe is going against the current here. Okay. I do feel like you may need to address that a little bit to keep, your peace, to keep, a good mindset balance. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what I'm sensing so far. But let's see what we have for you. Yeah. I think you're moving away from a lot of stuff, working on yourself, letting go of a lot, especially a lot of mental cluttering. Okay, I do feel like there are some that need to work on that a little more, but for some, I do feel like that's something that you meet your mission. Okay, so I did say there's someone around you that is kind of going against the current here. Okay, this person is probably angry. Okay. Now, Sagittarius, I do feel like this is also you in some way. First of all, I feel like when it comes to certain situations, or maybe that person I'm talking about, you also get very angry too. Okay. I feel like when everyone is like that, is like there's no reasoning there. Okay. But I also feel like you can, I guess, do a lot more than you think you can. Okay. I feel like maybe there's some things in your mind or some things that you want to accomplish, but you're like iffy about it. And I feel like you can. Okay. I feel like you just need that push, that courage to go out and do it. You have the Seven of Wands in reverse. It could even be more than one person, to be honest. Queen of Swords. Okay. Because there's someone upset and someone is acting kind of cold. At the same time, I feel like there's some spitefulness here. I want to say it's other people, Sagittarius. I do. But I do feel like you can kind of get caught up in that too. I think you're being provoked, but you can only control yourself, right? And I feel like you need to do that. But there's a lot of I would say like unfinished business, misunderstandings, finger pointing. I don't know if I said you have the Hangman. You have the Tower in reverse. I understand that things are difficult and, when challenges come up, it's hard to really push through, okay? But what I'm sensing is you're kind of focused on the wrong thing here, okay? Yes, there are things going on with people. Yes, at some point, I do feel like it needs to be addressed in some way, okay? But I feel like it's both, okay? Meaning there's things that you need to do and there's things that other people need to do, okay? The thing is, I kind of feel like there's something else going on here that is bigger than that. It could even be that this is something that's hiding something else, like there's something deeper going on than what you're seeing, than how you're feeling. And what I mean by how you're feeling, let's say you're in a situation where you're dealing, let's say, with two other people, with this king and queen, okay, let's just say. I feel like whatever you're seeing, whatever you're witnessing, even some things that you're feeling because, well, let's say how it's making you feel, but also assumptions. I feel like that's not accurate. Okay, there's something deeper going on here, okay, that you're not seeing, okay? And whatever that is, I do feel like it's changing something, okay? Whether that's a situation, a relationship, it's changing something, okay? And something big. It's almost like it's creating a doorway or a path to something else, but you don't realize it. You don't realize it, okay? I do feel like I should tell you to tread lightly because there's like missing understandings, missing information, okay? It could just be that some of you, like I said, need to kind of control your emotions, your anger in order to see those things. But I do feel like for most, it's something deeper going on here, okay? I don't know if I say you have the Tower in reverse, you have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay. You have the Emperor in reverse. You actually have a lot of cards. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Seven of Swords in reverse. And Nine of Cups upright. Okay. So whatever's going on, I do feel like there needs to be time. There needs to be something that you need to learn. Maybe not just you, but other people. I do feel like eventually it's going to be in everyone's doorstep, okay? Because as I said before, whatever is going on is creating a change, a new path, so to speak, okay? Or a detour, okay? I do feel like it's something that it's weird because I feel like it's starting out slow, and that's partly why you don't realize it. But it's almost like the way I feel it, it's like one day your life is a certain way and then the next day it's not. Very sudden, very sudden. But it's like it's creeping up because of things, I would say, that's going on, but also just things out of your control too. Okay. So whatever's going on, I feel like, yes, you need to have some attention on it, but remember that there's more, okay? Remember that we don't always see everything at once. Make sure that you're checking everything out. You know what I'm saying? So that you can figure out what is truly going on and see the whole picture, okay? You're going into a new chapter. For some, it may be a little difficult, okay? Ace of Wands. Even with the Tower, you know, is ending. I say a little difficult because I feel like at first is like a fear, okay? What to do, what will happen, that type of stuff. And then you have other people too that you're dealing with, okay? For some, this could even be a mother, family members. I say mother because the Empress in reverse, okay? Doesn't have to be, but family members, people close to you. I feel like it's more of that, okay? Some people are seeing too narrow, too narrow. I feel like this Empress is making a lot of bad decisions, okay? The thing is, maybe some of you know that, but it's like you're, in some ways, you're not helping the situation because, as I said earlier, some of you get very upset, okay? And I feel like you're dealing with your emotions, their emotions, and then for some of you, there are other people chiming in too. That's also not helping. I do feel like someone's going to be confronted about something, whether that's you or someone else. I just feel like there's going to be a lot of questions, okay? I do feel like, again, I feel the same thing I feel with the tower. It's almost like it's creeping up. So I feel like there's something going on that you're just not aware of yet. Or maybe you can sense it or kind of see it, but it's not like full blown yet. And you're not sure if it's even going to get to that point. But I do feel like it is. All right. Where something needs to be done, not just with people around you, but just in your life in general. You're going to have to like kind of make a lot of decisions, kind of figure out where you want to go, how you want to live. Don't be so hard on yourself, Sagittarius, okay? Because I'm also sensing from this Empress that you have a lot of potential, okay? And you have come far. Maybe not as far as you would like it, okay? I feel like some of you don't feel as successful as you are, okay? Just because you want to reach for more, just because there was maybe things you would have changed looking back, doesn't mean you're not successful. It doesn't mean that you can't accomplish those things now, okay? I feel like some of you are kind of cutting yourself short here and not truly seeing how much you have grown, but also be patient with the process. Be patient with the process, okay? It takes time to build. It takes time to accomplish goals. Now, I'm also bringing this up because with this change, you're going to feel like, for some of you, like you went a little backwards, okay? So it may feel a little more challenging than how I'm sensing it, okay? Because I feel like you can come out of it with no problem, but you may feel like you went a little backwards, okay? I just feel like you kind of paused, okay? And some things need to play out, some things need to happen. So there may be a bit of a waiting period, okay? For where you want to be, where you want to go, okay? I will say be mindful of everything that's going on around you. That goes for people, situations, even your own plans, what you want to do. Because I feel like there's too many hands in it. And what I mean by that, too many players, too many people that can move things around, change things, okay? You have some that, can't be trusted or a little sneaky, okay? Don't tell you everything. Very misleading is what I'm sensing. For some of you, it's almost like I hear, like, it's almost like someone hears something and it's almost like they can provide an answer, but they don't. Now, I don't think they just do that to you, okay? I think they do that to other people too. But there is a pattern here that I feel like it's almost like someone likes to hide secrets or like to hide remedies or answers and just kind of watch what happens. Maybe that's where I'm getting that spitefulness from, because I do feel like there's some spitefulness here. It is almost like they want to watch and see people scramble or see what they come up with. It's almost like they're testing them. It's odd. I also feel like this is partly you. For some of you, well, I feel two things, okay? One, I feel like some of you are doing maybe things behind closed doors that you shouldn't be doing. Or it could just be that you don't want anyone to know what you're doing, okay? I do feel like you need to be mindful in that way too, because when people are doing things in a manner that is questionable or a little sneaky, even if you're just trying to be private, it can come off as sneaky, okay? For some, but for others, I feel like, think before you do stuff, okay? There may be things that I feel like you thought twice about, but yet you still did it, even though your intuition is telling you not to do it. It could even be that you, like I said, earlier, it could be that in these situations with these people, wherever they are to you, The way they're making me feel like it's almost like you know you shouldn't say something, but yet you do it anyway because you have a right to. That doesn't mean you should though. You know what I'm saying? You may be doing it out of anger. You may be doing it to get back at them for annoying you or whatever the case is. Questioning you. I know someone hates being questioned here, okay? At the same time, I feel like you should be questioning things, okay? Don't let just, things just ride when it comes to certain people, especially this Empress for some reason, okay? I feel like you need to be questioning things. So I kind of feel like plan out how you're gonna handle things, how you are gonna deal with people. Think about how it comes off. Okay, put yourself in another person's shoes. Okay. Now, that doesn't mean they're gonna do that to you, Sagittarius. I'm just saying. But I do feel like that's something you need to practice because this is your reading and it's coming up. Okay. But that doesn't mean other people are gonna do that. But you can only make decisions for yourself, right? But I do feel like it would avoid a lot of misunderstandings, even arguments, high emotions. And like I said earlier, people kind of coming in and disrupting your peace. You know what I mean? Because some of you are very peaceful. And that could be another reason why you're doing things in private too, because you just want to maintain that peace. But I feel like with some situations that way of moving, that way of coming off, let's say, may make people kind of think otherwise. Okay. Now the second thing, I do feel like you need to kind of be quiet. Okay. I don't know what's going on or what you're doing, but I feel like you need to be hush hush about it. Okay. There's too many ears, too many people ready to take something and turn it into something else. Whether that's making you look bad or trying to take advantage in some way. So that's a second thing. I feel like you need to be quiet. Okay. Just be quiet a little. Don't tell your business. Don't tell people what they're doing. I knew somebody was angry. I feel like it's a male and female. May even be a couple. Queen of Wands. All right. When there's a lot of anger, it's hard to come up with a solution, some even ground. So I do feel like there needs to be some space, some time, so that everyone could kind of calm down. Because I feel like no one's thinking clearly when they're angry, okay? And I do feel like there is someone jealous, okay? Or acting jealous. I feel like there's someone talking a lot, especially with these two queens. I kind of feel like it's one-sided. I just feel like someone's bad-mouthing you, okay? It's like they're only saying their side of the story. You may even hear things about this too, okay? It may not even be the first time either. There's a lot of rumors too. A lot of rumors going around. But like I said earlier, you need to focus on the right thing. Yes, this needs to be handled. I'm saying it needs to be handled because there's a lot of people and it's definitely affecting your life. But pay attention to that big chapter that is turning right now. Okay? And I kind of feel like you see little signs or something's coming. Or maybe you see it pretty clearly, but you're kind of waiting for it to really peak, okay? I just feel like you need to pay attention to that because as that's happening, you're going to have the opportunity to really change things in your life and make it the way that you want, feeling very connected, even changing yourself. And I feel like some of you have been doing that, but others, I do feel like that's something you need to work on. And I'm not just talking about physically. I'm talking about your mind, your emotions, really seeing the big picture here. Because some of you, I will say, you complain a lot. Okay? I'm just being real. You complain a lot. Don't get me wrong. It's not just you. Okay? Other people complain a lot too. Okay. And it's like no one is really seeing how much that is affecting everyone's life. Okay. I do feel like for some of you, there is love here. Okay. It's just like a clash, different opinions, stuff like that, different way of looking at things. But for some, I do feel like there's a lot of pettiness, a lot of spitefulness that needs to be handled, okay, so that you can keep that peace and really truly feel fulfilled in every way, because you're able to focus on that more than, because for me this kind of feels like a distraction. Okay, all this, who did this, who did what are you going to do now? All of this, it feels like a distraction to me. Okay. At the same time, I feel like if you don't do something, it's just going to keep happening. So, yeah, you need to address it, but don't waste too much time with it, because I feel like it's just surface stuff. You know what I'm saying? Nine of Wands. A lot of wands here. Okay. So, there is an ending here. Okay. For some of you, I feel like actually, like I said earlier, you've come so far and it's almost like you're kind of exhaling, and it's a good thing. But there are still some things that I feel like you need to continue to heal. Okay. I also feel like there may be things going on that kind of make you not see this as a positive at first. Okay. Because you've been through so much. Like, she got bandages all over her. All right. She's on guard. Okay. Sagittarius, there will be a time when you can just be calm and relaxed. Okay, there is. You know, this is a wish card. It can be anyway. All right. And I feel like it's very much in your reach. Okay. Because you just want to be good. You just want to chill. Okay. And you're making your business to do that, some of you. Okay. But it's like other things kind of spill in your life. Okay. But there is an ending here, and it gives you an opportunity to create, to make something new, do something new, change patterns. Okay. That type of thing. Let's see what else I have. But again, just be careful what you pay attention to. You gotta pay attention to everything, right? A little bit of faith goes a long way. Remember that. Remember that. There's definitely some room to fix things, even in relationships, or just things that, you know, you want to do, accomplish, rise up. Because some of you, I feel like you want to rise up levels. That could be more of a spiritual thing. Remember to be patient, though. It takes time. Okay. The Hangman. It takes time. Okay. But you're on your way. Some of you are very psychic too. I say that because every time I keep looking at this card, and I just feel like she found herself. Actually, she found more than herself. I feel like some of you are raising not just your frequency, your vibration, but you're connecting more, okay, with the divine, the spirit. Don't rush, okay? Bet on yourself. Take chances. Reach your dreams. You got this. See? You got this, okay? Just be careful with that anger. Pay attention to what's going on around you, not just what you see with your eyes, okay? What you sense, people's energy, what they bring, okay? But definitely detail, find detail, because like I said, there's, I don't know, I just feel like there's stuff going on in the background, okay? I feel like the reason why I'm saying paying attention to is because I feel like if you really look, you'll see something, okay, that will lead you to not only things coming to light, but also it's almost like you'll have a heads up, so to speak, okay? And it'll give you the opportunity to kind of make a plan. But again, I do suggest that you keep that to yourself, though. I don't know why. I just feel like there's a lot of listening ears around you. Okay, so be careful with that. Even when dealing with people, because I feel like some of you are going to have to deal with different people. Do not tell the other people how you're dealing with someone, because you may all know each other. And I just feel like that's not a good idea. Because I feel like someone either will slip or they'll give someone else the heads up, but not in the way that you want. I feel like they may deliver messages, but they're wrong messages, or they're like distorted. Like they're just not how you would deliver it. Okay. And the feeling I'm getting is it's better that it comes from the horse's mouth type of thing, because someone's changing it as they communicate. They're changing something, especially this queen. Okay. I keep staring at her and I feel like I don't know what she's saying, but it's not it. Okay. But anyway, that is your message, Sagittarius. I hope it helps in some way, and good luck.